What is going on, traders? John with Tactical Trading here with our OTC Saturday video. We have quite a few stocks we want to go over in this video, so I'm going to go over them briefly. We are working on probably three, well actually we are working on, as a matter of fact, two, but 3 or 4 videos over the next 10 days on some stocks I want you to keep a very close eye on going into the fall. Now, I hear a lot of people on Twitter talking about we're going to have a fall like last fall and last winter. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't have my hopes up to that extent. I do believe we will have a good fall. I do believe that we will have some money pouring into the markets. I mean, it's just historically speaking, usually we still have a little bit of a slower September, but then once we get into October, November, December, it starts picking up quite significantly. So August is typically a very slow month. We have had some nice runners. I'm not going to say that we haven't. We had quite a few this week that we will go over rather quickly. And I still think we should keep a close eye on them. But again, I am working on a couple of videos that will be out later this weekend and early next week on some stocks that will be mentioned here, some not, and we'll be talking about them going forward. But let's move on. First stock, one we've been talking about on the channel for the last 2.5 months. This is CYBL Corporation, CYBL, closed on Friday at 0.0115. This was down just a little bit over 5% on Friday. We still do have our yield sign, which taking a little bit longer than usual to get pink current. We did have the attorney letter in, the amended attorney letter in late last week. So I am anticipating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hopefully, depending on how long OTC Markets is backed up, to have this company pink current. We should be getting our IR deck soon. We did get attacked. We're going to take a quick look over here at the chart. We had 128 million in volume. That's a lot of volume. But let's take a look at the chart here. Now, as you can see, we did have a pretty big over the last 2 weeks, pretty nice pullback here. As you can see, we touched almost or came very close to a penny. We did get bashed. The company did get bashed by George Sharp, stating about financials, about the 700 million shares that they're talking about canceling. And to me, that's here nor there. Those shares, as far as what they're describing them as, is shares that will not be traded. If they're not going to be traded, they're out of the rotation. That's good for that's good for me. That's all I need to know. Now, as far as attacking the company, this company has contracts with the Department of Defense and several other government agencies. They have partnerships with Cree and other large contractors, and we also were looking at 2 acquisitions, possibly 2 possible drone acquisitions, a solar acquisition as a possibility coming up. So we've got a lot of catalysts coming up here, just on top of being pink current. So I think down here a little bit over a penny is a nice area to buy these guys. This is a little bit of a longer term hold for me. I plan on holding this into next year. So just wanted to let that out there. We did get beat up, and that was only because of the attack by Mr. Sharp. The day before, I don't know if it was on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't even remember. This week is kind of like a blur. Excuse me, and then we'll be moving to the next play, and this is another longtime favorite of the channel, and this is ILUS International, ILUS, closed at 0.1016. It was down a little over 6% on Friday. These guys are pink current. Traded just about 30 million in volume. If we take a look at the chart here, chart's looking very good here. ever since this bottom here around 4 cents, and you can see they right around June tapped that 4 cent area, came back here right around mid-August, and ever since then this thing has been just stair-stepping its way back up. So well, a lot of news, European deal coming out, share reduction, a lot of catalysts coming up for ILUS International. This is one that I've been holding long term. I've been holding this all year. I anticipate holding it through the year. Big bull on ILUS International. You want to go check out Moon Market, has a lot of good videos on these guys. You want to check out some of my old videos from the beginning of the year, talking about ILUS from January and February. Still definitely one of my top plays, and that's ILUS International, ILUS. Moving on to another one we've been talking about quite a bit on this channel, FERN Corporation. These guys closed at 0.0169, up 20%, had a huge day on Friday. Pink current company, huge volume, traded 80 million in volume, actually traded more volume the day before on Thursday. Wednesday actually had a huge volume day. You take a look here, they gapped up on news of another acquisition here in the crypto space. I'm going to take a look here. They signed a letter of intent to acquire institutional crypto trading platform with proprietary algorithms, smart order routing, and risk exposure analytics. So that's a big thing. Also, Perfect Mind just a month prior. So looks like these guys are making their moves. I really love this chart. I love the company. I like the share structure. I like what they have going on. I like what they're building. Very big bull. This is definitely a long-term hold for me. And when I say long-term, this is a long-term swing for me. The only real long-term hold I have right now is ILUS International. FERN and a few others are working their way to that. This is definitely a long swing for me. Pending how they put this, all this together, very bullish on FERN Corporation. Definitely one of my favorites. Let's move forward here, and mind you, we also do have catalysts coming forward, and the good thing about these guys is we do get weekly shareholder letters with FERN Corporation, so we're always kept abreast of what's going on with the company, so we're never having to guess or have these long periods of doldrums where we don't know what's going on. So definitely very bullish on FERN Corporation. Let's move forward. This is GVSI, good vibration shoes. Obviously, that's not going to be the name very long for very much longer. This one closed at 0.05036, down 3% on Friday. Let's take a look at the chart here. This thing is kind of flagging up here. As you can see, kind of a big, strong cup and handle here. I mean, we did have a little bit of a pop here between June, mid-June and mid-July. Early June and mid-July, we had a little peak, as you can see, a little head and shoulders pattern here, pulled back down to that 2 cent area, and ever since then, this thing has been just ripping and roaring all the way back up. We are anticipating, in fact, Mr. Sharp said that he will have updates within 5 to 10 days. That was midweek last week, so I would anticipate towards the end of this upcoming week we should have some news on what's going on, probably some filings for GVSI. Like I said, if we look here at the chart, this thing is just for probably the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost the past 2.5 weeks, this thing has just been kind of just hanging out right here around between that 4 and 6 cent area. So I think any filings, any news should have this thing popping. And if this is what I think it is, and we get in again, Mr. Sharp said, do not assume anything, but assuming that these guys are getting with swap protocol moving in, I think we can see this thing move well past 10 cents, the upwards, possibly 20 or better. This could have huge late summer run written all over it. So still very bullish on GVSI. Moving forward, Now, this is a play I'm really interested in, and this is APX Energy, AUNXF. We first talked about these guys a couple weeks back on our Otc Saturday video. They closed at 2 cents on Friday. Pink Current Company out of Australia. If we take a look here, in talking about them, taking a look at this chart here, you can see this thing is just kind of consolidating here between the 175 and 220 area. We are waiting to get unsuspended on the Australian stock exchange, the ASX. Once that happens, again, these guys are supplying energy to crypto exchange, to crypto miners. In fact, let's take a look here. I want to get the crypto mining. I don't have that here. Probably should have had that sitting out. I can't remember exactly what the company's name is that they're providing the energy for the mining to, but opening up a whole new line of business for these guys. This is a real company doing real things, doing real business in the OTC, so there's no disputing that. Obviously, the F for this is a foreign company trading on the Australian exchange, and again, 51 million in volume today. Had a nice day today, up almost 13%. In fact, it traded a little bit higher than that. Very bullish on AUNXF. I am anticipating that sometime next week we do get the suspension lifted, and I could see this thing trading well over 3.5, 4 cents. On this news, especially seeing all this pent-up anticipation on the buy, people wanting to buy on the Australian market. If we get a nice bull run over there over the next few days, next week, we can get the same follow-up here on the OTC market. So really bullish on AUNXF. And last but not least, I got just a little play here. We've talked about this play before. This is SWRM, SWRM. I am putting a video together on this company. Closed on Friday at 0.088, under a penny. If we take a look here at the security details on this play, you can see they've got 2 billion of the authorized, but the outstanding shares under a billion. Under a billion held at the DTC, and the float that was just on August 4th verified under 500 million. So very low float play. These guys have actually, and I will be going over that in the video, they have a new CEO. There are a lot of new appointments for their Tulsa labs, for their Doge labs, working with Dogecoin and working on applications to get that out. They also do have their video conferencing app that's very interesting as well too. A lot of things I like about this company, and at this price, I mean, if we take a look at the chart, these guys early in the year traded all the way up to, I believe, almost 7 cents. You could see back here in late February, early March, traded all the way up into the high 6s. And this is a bottom play with a great share structure that I think any news with this new CEO, new regime moving in, if they can get anything shook, any interest shooken up over here and get this stock alive, this thing can really run hard. And at these levels under a penny, we can easily see a 2 or 3 bagger out of this one on very minimal news. On big news, this thing could be a nice one to hold over the next 90 days or so to see if anything could pop off here. But really like SWRM. Now, that's all I got for you today. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe. Any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below. And as always, traders, let's get that money.